the series of impossible geographies now, in general, is really about this boundary and this space that the virtual and the physical occupy together, and how they negotiate with one another, how they perforate, inform, and transform one another. For the last 5 years, I worked in the field of virtual reality, and what is different there is that people leave the physical space and enter the virtual space. But basically, this series of impossible geographies is about moving the virtual space into the physical space. Fabrica has been threaded with a meshwork of laser beams. I consider them the neural extensions of the virtual space. So those are really the thresholds or the boundaries where the two connect, the physical and the virtual space. So what happens basically when you touch them is, first of all, your presence is captured and added to the system. So it becomes one of the many, many memories collected in this space. But also at the same time, the participants trigger this remembering process. The participants create really these droplets along the nerves. So all this, they are here in the physical space, just that you can see them. And these droplets then grab different bits of different times. That's what's happening inside. That's what's built out. That's the mixing process of memories. It's basically that would be a certain moment in time, that's a certain moment in time, and they all get mixed together. That's what's happening when you touch the lasers. And really, this is now the attempt to bring these fragments of memory, these fragments of past, also physically into the space. In Boston, when the piece was shown for the first time, we had this great opportunity to have this space for such a long time before the opening. So the idea was to use the gallery space for filling or charging the system with memories before the opening. The idea was to invite people, and it was not only artists, it was artists, performers, but also any casual people we got to know, or people asked people to come into the gallery space and to do something special. We bring these memories from place to place wherever this piece performs. So now in the system there's memories from Boston and Singapore. I very much hope that also people here in Brighton will create very special moments that will then stay in the system, will then contribute to the gallery, and that will be taken to other places.
I've been given by Fabrica this opportunity for almost 3 weeks just to concentrate on an art project. So there are 2 stages to the process. One stage is that I took the English translation of many texts of my previous work, and the idea is to give some of the texts to you to read. Phoebe, Discussions with Abdel Wadud, which is a video work that I did 2 years ago. Essentially what I asked Phoebe to do is to tell me the story of her life, but to do it with an acrobatic maneuver between the 3 languages. You know, to answer in Hebrew, Arabic and French all together. It's as if language is a carrier of feelings, of energies. Sometimes it's a carrier of a discrimination of people. So I worked with that in Phoebe. Obviously all of my work was translated to English for technical communication reasons, that it's more it's assumed that most people that will see the work and won't understand Arabic or French or Hebrew will know English. Now, once I was offered this residency, and I didn't want, and I really wanted to turn English into something that has flesh and blood, I've decided to work with the English in terms of relating the English translation to real people living in England, having a rich biography, therefore creating within the English the same complexity that exists in my other works.
Now, I want to tell you I'm Phoebe Swisser. Phoebe Swisser. Is it Fabian? I really don't know if it's Fabiola or Fabian or Freya. from the day I was born. Everybody called me Phoebe.
Merci, monsieur. One of the most wonderful things that happened, that Fabrica has allowed Jonathan to be my partner. Our contact is a contact of real dialogue around the work. Dialogues of partners, you know? And I think that this is very important. If there was the possibility to produce residencies where the artist has a dialogue with another artist, not only with another artist, with other people, is involved with other people, I think it's very important because it corresponds a kind of atmosphere that I think should be reintroduced to the world of art.